Ow, my finger's itching. Everything amazing, everything nice. I was playing Resident Evil 2 yesterday. It's a very scary game. I'm not into horror, man. I'm really not, but I don't know. There's something about it that keeps me coming back. It's got puzzles you have to solve. Like, the story's interesting. So I'm I find myself going back to it like all of this series. I really enjoy it. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool, man. We'll see if I finish it. But yeah, oh my gosh, guys. So with my book, I'm so close to the end. It's just, you know, when you've been writing something for like basically a year now, I'm not sure. I'll have to check the document history to see when I started writing this particular draft, but it's been a while. And when you're wrapping things up, you're wrapping up the culmination of a year's worth of writing, and you have to be careful, man. It's very easy to mess up an ending. A lot of stories out there, I don't know if you've noticed, a lot of stories have terrible, terrible endings. They wrap things up either like way too abruptly, or like it's like full of plot holes or whatever. Like, you have to like really be careful with your ending. So that's what I'm mindful of right now at the moment. Did a mosquito just bite my finger? It was itching like mad. Jeez Louise. Just gonna have to deal with it. So yeah, you know, with the temptation when you're writing, when you're about to finish, is to just rush, because you know you've been writing for a long time. You just want to be done. The temptation is to just rush and get the ending over with. But yeah, you know, I'm resisting that temptation. Like this morning, I instead of like, because these days I've just been waking up early to write early in the morning and that sort of stuff. And this morning I didn't write. I just watched some videos on YouTube and stuff. I was like, nah, I need to give my mind time to refresh, come up with new ideas, just like, you know, reset. Because, you know, your subconscious is constantly working, whether you realize it or not. And sometimes you need to give it time to generate new ideas. Because when you're in go mode, you can exhaust it. So the trick a lot of artists have seen that is if you just leave your work and come back after a while, whether it's a day or two, a couple of weeks, however long, you find that you have a fresh perspective and you can get back to work. I'm not gonna leave for days or whatever. I think I'm gonna mess this up and then get back to it. We'll see. But yeah, your subconscious, bro, it's an operating system. It's software, and it's the biggest part of your brain. Your conscious mind is the smallest part. That's the least amount of work. Most of the stuff that's happening in your brain is in the background. Same thing with computers. Most of the work being done on a computer is in the background. You don't see it. It's processing everything you're doing. Learning your behaviors and your preferences. So with my subconscious, it's the same thing. I need to just be mindful of that. Be like, okay, let me take a break, let me watch things, read things, play things, yada yada, and then come back with a fresh perspective. Like, execute this ending properly. Like, I really want to execute this ending nicely so that people can be, wow, that was a good ending. Because you know, the problem with endings, you're wrapping things up, man. And what I'm noticing is that, okay, like, there might be a plot hole here, I need to fill in this gap, I need to add this detail here. But when you start adding things, it changes the context and you can end up complicating things. And so you have to be very careful, very delicate with it. And that's why you can't rush. Be slow. It pays off in the end. So yeah, the book will be out when it'll be out soon, relatively soon. But yeah, I just want to make sure I get this right because I want to look back at this body of work and be proud of it. You know, I don't want to be like, oh, I rushed. I want to make sure that it's actually it's tight. It's tight. It won't be perfect, but it's tight. Like I did a good job. Maybe it was that. So yeah. In other news, I've been watching battle rap. There's a UK battle rap league called Pen Game. They have a YouTube channel. I've been watching that, and that's been something I've been enjoying. Battle rap is brutal, man. It's really, really brutal. The side I don't like about the battle rap is how personal it gets sometimes. Like lines get crossed, for example. Talking about people's dead relatives, talking about how your mother's rotting in the grave, yada yada. I think that's too far. And the mindset is that, you know, all is fair in love and war, yada yada. I think that's nonsense. There was an incident in the US because they have a well-established battle rap scene, and there was an incident a couple of years ago where someone had brought up during a battle this guy's dead relative or friend offshore capacity because that guy's friend had died via gun violence. I think he'd been shot down or something, and his opponent was just making fun of that and saying all sorts of obscene things, just mocking his death. So that guy, after the battle, went to his car, got a gun, and shot his opponent dead. Which, yeah, it was a big thing, and it goes to show that, yeah, guys, we need to stop this. Obviously, that guy wasn't justified in killing another person because of words, but still, it's like people have sore spots, and it's just not wise to poke them. It's not wise to go that deep. Like, I think there should be lines. People think there are no lines. No, there are lines. And we should not cross those lines. So leave people's personal, leave people's family and stuff like that. Like when it comes to these like sensitive issues, like deceased loved ones and stuff, like stay away from that. So there's so many other like aspects of a person's character that you could attack. You don't have to go there. One thing I liked about one of the judges, his name is Big Narsty. Big Narsty, he's a well-established rapper in the UK scene. If you're from the UK, you've probably heard of him. He's one of the judges in one of these competitions, and one of the finals. It was actually like 2 days ago, and he said, like, I will deduct points from you if I start hearing all this dead relative nonsense, because that's how much of a problem it is. That it has to be addressed by the judges. He said, I will deduct points if you don't start bringing up this dead relative nonsense. And yeah, I think that's the right way to do it. Like, punish people for this, because people need to lose money, they need to lose sponsors, they need to lose this, they need to do that, and they start like that. And it also pushes sponsors away from rap and the battle rap scene and whatnot when they see all these shenanigans. Because the sort of stuff that gets said is a bad look, man. Like, established businesses who have good reputations, they don't want to be attached to that nonsense. It's too hard. Especially like when you're trying to be like family friendly or whatever the case may be, or just seen as a wholesome brand that's for everyone. You don't want to be attached to that mess. So I think for the rap scene to evolve and to get better, we need to root out these degenerates that promote these evil things and just go too far. And you know, not all of them are like terrible people necessarily. I think sometimes you just get caught up in the moment and just repeat nonsense that you've been hearing over and over again. Stop it. Stop it. Stop doing that. So yeah, there's some people who just cannot be rehabilitated. They just need to be kicked out. Can't be reasoned with. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of aspects of Cyber's cafe you can attack besides that stuff. I was thinking to myself, because I make rap music, link in the description by the way, if you want to check any of that out. If I was in a battle rap, what would someone attack me about? There's a lot. I'm very vulnerable on this channel, so I just talk about my life. There's a lot you could attack me on. I'm abstinent, I'm a virgin, and saving myself for marriage. So someone could use that against me for sure. You know, like you're an incel, girls don't want you, da da da. Like you could spin that and, you know, make that a thing. What else? The ASMR, I think people think ASMR is weird, so I think you could use that as well against me. Like, if you're creative, you could definitely make fun of me for that. There's a lot of ways you can make fun. You look at my thumbnails and maybe some of my wild titles and whatever. You could definitely find a way to make me look crazy because of that. My hairline's kind of crazy. I don't know if you can see it. It's an M, like the Vegeta M, McDonald's M. It's just an M. It's an unfortunate hairline. So people can make fun of my hairline. I'm 5'10", so you know if I'm in the US or the UK and I'm going up against some tall guy who's 6 foot, 6'1", maybe 6'2". 5'10" is not that short, but you know, it's a rap artist or whatever. Use whatever you can to your advantage, so you can make short jokes, I guess. I'm a nerd, so you can make fun of me being a nerd. I think there's a lot of ammunition. I think there's a lot. You'd have to dig through my videos. If you were smart and you found out that this guy's a ASMR channel where you could find something, dude. You could just go through it. I'm conservative, so you know you can make fun of me for being conservative or whatever. If you're super liberal, you know, because these spaces tend to be full of just these left-wing liberal people. So if you're in a space like that in the Proverbs scene, there's so many and the crowd would probably be on your side. So I was just thinking, if I was in a battle rap, how could someone come at me? So yeah, I think I'll do okay. If I was like battling someone else, I think I'll do well. Actually, I think I'll do great. I think I'll do amazing. Y'all should listen to my songs. I think, like, listen to my freestyles. I got a lot of freestyles. A lot. Freestyles, quote unquote. They're not freestyles like off the top of my head and I didn't write. No, I wrote. There's definitely written, very deliberate. I call them freestyles just because there's no structure, there's no subject matter. It's just writing and just coming up with the hardest bars you can come up with. There's no real direction. You're just trying to rap. That's why I call them freestyles, and that's what a lot of people can rap these days. So whenever you see freestyle, that's probably more likely than not. It's more likely than not written. It's not like traditional freestyle, like I just came up with this while I was rapping, it was off the top of my head, no writing. These days freestyles mean it depends on the content. Yeah, it generally means these days like just something without much, like any subject matter. I was just writing. The goal is to just flex my lyrical abilities, not necessarily to address a particular subject. So yeah, I have a ton of freestyles that you can check on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, whatever. Link in description. So that guy that you hear, I think he would do well if he was to battle against someone else. I'd have to do research and really think and craft like strong disses. I'd study other battle rap contests just to see the techniques. By the way, battle rap, apart from like dissing people and stuff, I think it's such like a cheat code for someone, like if you make rap music, is to listen to battle rap because they have they're very technical rappers. So it's like you can pick up a lot of flows, a lot of delivery techniques just to listen to battle rap. Like subject matter aside, if you just listen to them, like you can learn. Oh, that's a cool flow. Oh, that's a cool technique that he used there. Yeah, but even when you listen to the subject matter, the way they're playing on words and stuff like that. You can learn a lot from just listening to that. I'm not an avid battle rap listener, but I've been listening to it for years. I've been aware of it for years, and like I said, America has a well-established battle rap scene. So, well, 2017 in high school, I was listening to battle rap. Long before then, grime has a battle culture as well. I've seen a lot of grime battles, clashes as they call them, grime clashes with Skepta, Wiley, that whole the BBK crew, and some of these other people, Skepta and Devilman, that famous battle, and there's some classic old school battles from like 2009, 2010. Even before then, some classic battles. This is Raw School, I believe, was in a couple of battles. So I enjoyed watching those. You just learn a lot, man. About flow, about delivery, when you listen to it. So it's pretty cool. I was watching yesterday was it yesterday or this morning? I don't know. I was watching Austin, Texas vlog style video. Was it? Oh wait, before we even get into that, I was doing research, like if I was to immigrate to the US, what visa would I get? That's the question I started. I was like, wait, if I'm a YouTube content creator, what visa would I apply for? There's multiple visas you can apply for. And it's complicated. But one thing I learned is that if you're on a tourist visa, you're not allowed to make videos while you're in the US because they view that as you working. So you're not allowed to work while you're in the US as a tourist. You're not allowed to work in the US. But I feel like what that was meant to me is that you can't get a job at Starbucks in the US as a tourist. Right? But if I do remote work, like I don't really have a set base of operations as a YouTube content creator, I should be able to make my videos if I'm in the US or wherever I'm at in the world. It's preposterous, this idea that I can't be in my hotel and pick up my phone and start recording myself because I'm in the US and you're working, quote unquote, and you're making money. It's like, what does that have to do with you? It doesn't affect you in any way. It's my money. And I don't understand. Now, why is that not allowed? But apparently, I'd have to ask around and just confirm that this is the case. But if this is true, that's absurd. I'm scared because it's like, in my mind, I'm like, how they know? But like immigration officers, when you're coming back, they can. Because look, if I'm applying for a visa, a tourist visa, I probably have to bring up, like, they're gonna ask me how do I make money, yada yada yada, because they need to know these things. How are you gonna sustain yourself while you're here? And that I tell them, this is what I do for a living, this is how I earn my money. I've got this YouTube money, and this is how this is the money I save for this trip, yada yada yada. Okay, cool. They might like just go over your metrics and stuff. They might want to see the details of how you're earning this money. And then on your way back, an immigration officer might be like, but we want to confirm that you didn't actually upload videos and make money from those videos while you were here. So can you just look at that again? And if they find that you did, you might have problems. I don't know how often that happens, but I think it's theoretical and people have talked about it. And I don't know, man. Is anyone familiar with this? Because my understanding is that remote work is a thing, and I'm just thinking of someone who's on vacation in somewhere, like you're in Bali or something. You're just sitting at the beach and you pull out your laptop and start trading. Are they gonna say like you violated your visa? You're working. It's ridiculous. It's like I should be allowed to trade stocks while I'm on vacation on my laptop. Like, what are you talking about? Same thing. If if I'm in my hotel room in some country, some foreign country, I should be allowed to film myself, do these ASMR videos, and make cash. So I don't know. I'm not sure how true all that is. I'd have to look into that. Maybe I'd have to ask at the visa office if that's a thing. I don't want to bring it up because then what if you bring attention to yourself and now they're watching you? Like, we need to make sure he doesn't make videos. I don't know. We'll see how reasonable these people are. Because you know how people just become like assholes, dude, when they get power, when they get authority. They start treating people unreasonably just because they have a badge or whatever, they have some title. They start becoming very unreasonable. But yeah, let's look at the visa, the different visas one can get. So you got your O1A visa for those with extraordinary ability in business, education, science, or place. So I don't think I'll qualify for that. O1B for individuals with extraordinary ability in the arts or extraordinary achievement in the motion picture or television industry. As a YouTube creator, the O1B might be more applicable if your content is considered artistic or media related. ASMR, artistic, I don't know. Media related, probably. You would need to demonstrate national or international acclaim. Well, that's not, well, I mean, look, if this channel gets me to a point where I can save money to immigrate, I guess maybe, which could be evidenced by significant following, awards, media coverage, or high earnings from your YouTube activities. So I think the high earnings would be the primary thing. This visa allows you to work in the US for up to 3 years with the possibility of extensions in 1 year increments. Now, I don't think I'm banking on this channel being my ticket. It would be nice, and I think it's possible for sure. But that's not the only thing I'm banking on. I think I have a long-term strategy of using this channel to market other things that will then boost my income and eventually allow me to immigrate. That's the plan. So if I have multiple things going well for me, I think it'll be easier to make a case for me to like be accepted into the country as someone that can contribute, as someone of high value, all that sort of stuff. So really the O1B visa is probably my best bet. There's also the H1B, which is probably the most popular one. Well, it's the most coveted one. While less common for content creators due to its focus on specialized professions, if you have a job offer from a US company where your YouTube skills are directly applicable, example in digital marketing, content strategy for a media company, etc., this could be an option. The H-1B visa allows for an initial stay of 3 years, extendable up to 6 years, and potentially leads to a green card. However, this visa has an annual cap, making it competitive. So what's the extension for the O1B? It allows so the O1B, which is what would be most applicable to me, would allow me to stay for up to 3 years with the possibility of extensions in 1 year increments. So I could extend every year, or do I just get one extension, which is for a year? I don't know. I think it's like you extend it every year, right? You go back to the office and be like, and then eventually you apply for permanent residence. I think it's 5 years. That'd be the plan. I don't think there'd be any other visa that would make sense to apply for, really. I think also like trying to, like, if I can get enough money to invest. So I think there are some investment, like visas that reward investment. So yeah, the E2 visa. This visa is for investors who make a significant investment in a U.S. business. If you plan to invest in your own or another existing U.S. company related to content creation or digital marketing, this could be an avenue. The E2 visa has no set limit on the number of extensions, but each extension is typically for 2 years. You need to be from a country that has a treaty with the US for investment. So that would be another possibility. If I accumulate a bunch of cash, I can create my own business in the US and invest in that. Would they allow me to create a business? Because it says here, if you plan to invest in your own or another existing US company related to content creation or digital marketing, this could be an avenue. So I guess, maybe we'll see. These are things you have to hash out with authorities and whatnot. Like, you go to the immigration office and whatnot, ask these sort of questions as well, just to have clarity. But yeah, I'm just constructing a plan and trying to see what meaningful avenues I have. The tourist thing is bugging me out. Like this idea that as a tourist, I can't film my YouTube videos in another country because I'm working, quote unquote. I mean, I am, but like it's remote work. It's different. I'm not going to some local business in the country and getting a job there, therefore depriving someone else of work or whatever the case may be. I don't know. It's remote work. The whole point of remote work is I can take it with me wherever I go. When you start saying that you can't do that because your visa is different, it's stupid. That's it. But I don't think they will enforce that, right? So I don't think. But you don't want to take the risk. You don't want to violate the law and then get in trouble with immigration authorities. But anyway, like I was saying, I was watching a Austin, Texas video. It was that someone was doing like a food tour. It looked nice. A lot of Mexican food and stuff. Austin looks really liberal. Is it just me? It looks really liberal. But it looks nice. I guess I'd have to explore. I think the reality is I need to explore. I need to spend time in different places and see what works. I'd just love to, if blessed the opportunity, just love to hop from one place to another. Really figure out what works for me. A lot of people in the US don't move around their own country, which is insane. If I was in the US, bro, oh my god, I'd be catching trips all over. I'd be flying here and flying there and flying there and just trying to see as much of the country as I can. It's a big, big, big country, so there's a lot to see. Go to the Hershey chocolate factory for sure. That'd be a fun adventure. And there's Disney World, there's Disneyland, there's Universal Studios, and there's things like that. I want to see all of it, man. I'd want to see all of it. But yeah, in the meantime, I just gotta put my head down and work. There is a trip here in South Africa that I've been thinking of doing. It's called the Garden Route Tour. It's a popular travel route that South Africans like taking, and it just takes you from the Western Cape to. Let's Google what is the Garden Route. Just so I get it right. What is the Garden Route? The Garden Route starts in the west and so from the Western Cape to the Eastern Cape. Right? Is that correct? The official Garden Route starts in Mossel Bay in the west and ends at Storms River in the east. Let's look at the map. I don't think it means from the west of South Africa to the east of South Africa. Does it? That's a long stretch. Extends from Whitsand in the Western Cape to the border of Tsitsikamma Stones River in the Eastern Cape. Huh. So maybe it's like not the extreme end of the, it's not the extreme end of the Western Cape to the extreme end of the Eastern Cape. I think it's some point in the Western Cape that's closer to the Eastern Cape, then you just travel that route. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, it's very beautiful. It's very beautiful, and there's a lot to see. And you can do whale watching. There's penguins. There's this. There's that. You can go on safari drives. There's a lot. There's like quaint small town. All sorts of experiences. And the agency you'd book this tour with they do group tours, and groups of like, I don't know how many people, like 1,000 people or something like that, which is ideal for me. I wouldn't want to do that by myself, just because where would I even begin? And I don't know. It's a lot of admin. Yeah, I just wouldn't do a good job of it. So you want someone else to handle that tour for you. And when you're part of a group, you get to be with other people and make friends, make memories. Everything is just better. Well, not everything, but these sort of things are better with other people. You know, traveling is just better with other people in most cases. I think sometimes it's nice to do certain things by yourself. For example, I like going on drive to get food in some faraway location. It's a nice drive. You put on some music. It's cool. But, you know, when you're talking about the trips that last 10 days, which is what this trip would last, and you want people there with you and to see things and to create memories, and it's just, it'll be special with them. It's 70% women, which sounds nice at first as a dude. Oh my god, woman, yay. Like, but then you're like 70% women. It's a lot of feminine energy on a trip. So if arguments break out and, you know, there's drama, oh my god, help you. So you want to go. I love girls. I love women, of course. But just want to be mindful of these things. 70% women is it's not a joke. It's a lot of girls. But yeah, it'll be nice to go on a trip like that. It's expensive though, but it's doable. It's expensive, but it's doable. It's a lot more doable than a trip to the States, like a tourist trip to the States. It's very expensive to do that. Flights, visas, yada, yada, yada. And, you know, whatever. All the costs attached to that versus just traveling within your own country. You don't have to worry about all that. And flights are a lot cheaper. And you don't have to worry about visas and all these sort of things. So I think we'll see. It's something that I'm interested in doing. We'll see if I end up doing that. Let me get out of here. You know I like to pray at the end of my videos. So dear Father God, I thank you for this individual watching us right now. Thank you for making them whole, unique, and guide them in paths towards peace, prosperity, and purpose. Thank you for blessing this person with wonderful people in their life who love them, take care of them, bring the absolute best out of them, and thank you for maintaining the ones that are there to do the same thing. Thank you for blessing this person with love and marriage and sustaining that love and marriage and making it very, very happy. Thank you for blessing this person with a spirit of gratitude so they can give thanks for all the wonderful things in their life. And by giving thanks, they can find peace, contentment, and attract even more blessings. Let your presence be felt in this person's life so know that you're God, that you're real, that you love them, and you're there for them. Good health, long life, and happiness over this person, everyone they care about. In your mind, and I pray. Jesus.